So I'm here with.
Shania.
Okay, so Coach Shania, I have some interesting questions for you that only someone with technical expertise can answer.
Okay.
These are some slightly debated topics.
Okay.
So first of all, I want to ask about warm-ups. Are they overrated, or how should one actually approach warm-ups?
Well, warm-ups are the best way to prevent any kind of injury. So they are not at all overrated, and everybody has their particular, like their own way of warming up the muscles. But yeah, anything that works for you, anything that's quick, fast, not exhausting, is fine.
There's a lot of debate over the rep tempo,
Yeah.
controlling the eccentric or slowing the concentric.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that based on just hypertrophy?
See, as long as there's tension on your target muscle, it's fine. Whatever tempo you're doing, it's fine. You can keep changing the tempos. That will give different stimulations to your muscle, but there's nothing like only slow tempo works. Nothing like that.
Okay.
Tension should be on the target muscle. That's all. That's the most important part. Tempo, whatever works for you.
Is it, how should one athlete approach their off season once they've stopped competing? How should one athlete approach their off season?
See, the biggest mistake people do is when they are bulking in their off season, they consume a lot of calories, and then when they are cutting the calories or they're trying to cut the fat, a lot of muscle is also lost in that process. So you should always do lean bulking and very calculated number of calories during your bulk also, not just in your cut.
When it comes to doing cardio during prep, should one avoid HIIT and only stick to zone 2 cardio?
See, I'm not a fan of HIIT to be very honest, but yes, zone 2 cardio works great. Apart from that, if you want to improve your agility, you can do plyometrics. So HIIT is something that is used for mostly fat loss, and it's not the best exercise for fat loss because it raises the cortisol levels, like hormonal imbalances, especially in women. So I would recommend that do zone 2 cardio for fat loss, and for agility, for performance, you can do a little bit of plyometrics and a little bit of HIIT.
Is DOMS a good indicator of muscle growth?
See, you will have DOMS when you do a new type of exercise. Or if you're a beginner, you will always have DOMS. But if you're constantly having DOMS, that simply means you're not recovering well. So you need to fix your diet and sleep.
So is there, when it comes to the rest period between the sets, is there a perfect sweet spot where a person can actually start doing the set again?
Yeah, so the rest periods entirely depends on the intensity of the exercise. The intensity is more, take more rest. If it's slow, take less rest. That's it.
Alright, those are all the questions I have. And I would like you to just give one tip to the athletes who are following a science-based approach and have just started their bodybuilding journey.
See, different things work for different people, and it's very good to have bookish knowledge, but practical knowledge will always help you more. The knowledge which you gain from your experience, that is the most important one. Bookish knowledge is only helpful when it's actually contributing to your overall performance. That's it. But don't take it as a hard rule.
Alright.
That's it.
So exercise is not one size fits all.
Very true.
Alright, thank you so much for giving us your time. It was so nice talking to you.
Same.